You have some original ID or a passport?
Yes, Chairman, I have all of them.
Give her to bring me the ID. Now, Madam Ruth, this
Yes,
is
Chair.
appointment committee of the County Assembly of Kisumu, and we did receive a letter from the governor nominating you to be a member of the County Public Service Board. Our main role is to do the vetting of the governor's nominees. So we are not here to punish you. We want you to just to feel relaxed. We'll just ask you some few questions because already we have your documents, which we are reviewing. We have also initiated some process for due diligence on you. But we wanted to ask you some few questions to add on top of those ones. So we want you to feel relaxed. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I will give you some rules when you come here. For one, it's a pen and a paper. I've seen you are using it. If we ask you more than one question, you can write them down and answer them in the order that you want. If it's a question that you don't want to answer, please just tell us to pass. And there's a microphone there. It's very easy to operate. When you want to talk, press it. When you're through with talking, press it again so that you give chance to the panelists to ask questions. You will be addressing the chair. Anytime you are asked a question, you will be addressing the chair, just like the members will be addressing the chair. We are live. This is a public vetting. The public is watching you. That's why you see the gentleman standing there. So if you have a family, maybe they are seeing you somewhere. And we expect the public to see what we are doing. Now, it's a requirement that when you appear before appointment committee, we must administer an oath, because we want to believe that whatever you are telling us is the truth. These things are going unanswered and they will remain here forever. So I want to request the clerk to start by administering an oath to the nominee, depending on her religion.
I, Ruth Atieno Koga, do solemnly and sincerely swear that every word that I shall utter before this committee is the truth and nothing but the truth, and that every statement and declarations that I shall make shall be made consciously believing in the same to be true and according to the Oaths and Statutes Declarations Act. So help me God. Thank you.
I want to introduce the members of the committee very fast before I allow you now to introduce yourself officially. I'm Elisha Jakoraro, Speaker, County Assembly of Kisumu and the Chair of the Appointment Committee. Next to me is Honorable Millicent Omoya. She's the vice chair of this committee and MCA representing North Seme Ward. Then down here, we have got Honorable Karen Odhiambo, MCA Ruleni Shauri Moyo, also the chair of Finance ICT Committee, member of this committee. And next to her is Honorable Zachary Okoyo, MCA Central Kisumu Ward, chair Labor Social Welfare Committee, member of this committee. Next to him is Honorable Eunice Alando, specially elected MCA, chair Agriculture, and a member of this committee. Then you have Honorable Lumumba Wade, MCA Southeast Ward, that is Southeast Nyakach, Deputy Leader of Majority, member of this committee. We have a friend of the committee there, Honorable Moses Ochele, Iskanowawide, chair Jailak Committee. Then in the back seat, there we have on my extreme left, Honorable Ken Oko, the Leader of Majority, and MCA Ahero Ward, member of this committee. Then we have Honorable Seth Kanga, MCA Market Milimani, and the Majority Chief Whip. We have other friends of the committee there, Honorable Nyaoke, Tom, North Nyakach Ward, friend of the committee, and Honorable Peter Obaso, specially elected. On your left, Madam Ruth, are two sergeant at arms. They will be ensuring that you are assisted in any manner that you want. So just give them a signal if you want any assistance. There is another one behind you. You may not be able to see her, but they will be able to assist you. We have got our media team that's doing the coverage. We have got our interns and attaches back there. Then we have got Herman on my left, and the extreme right is Peter and Diti, who are clerks of this committee. We welcome you to Kisumu County Assembly. I now want to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself. But I want to dictate how you are going to introduce yourself. One, I need your original testimonials. If you may give them to that sergeant at arms to bring them. Then number two, in 3 minutes, you will tell us your name, your work experience, your education, and why you think that you meet the requirements of Section 58 of the County Government Act to be appointed as a member of Kisumu County Public Service Board. If you manage to do that one in 3 minutes, we may tell you just to go that. We may just tell you just to leave because we are satisfied. But if you don't, then we will proceed with other questions. 3 minutes. It starts now.
Thank you, Honorable Chair, members of the appointing committee, all members present. I'd like to introduce myself from the basic. My name is Ruth Atieno Koga, born on the 21st of December 1960, to Mzee James Koga and Margaret Koga of Nyakach, Southeast Nyakach, Nyabondo. I went to school at Agagan Primary School and did my CP. I studied there for 7 years and did my CP in 1978. After that, I went to Luak Girls High School and did my East African certificate in 1978. In 1980, I passed my Kenya Advanced Certificate of Education. After that, for 1 year, I was out of school because those days we had to wait for 1 year to go to university. But I was selected as the topmost candidate in Kisumu County to join the university, where chairman I joined and graduated in 1985. In 1986, chairman, I graduated with a bachelor's. In 1986, I was employed as a personnel officer. But shortly after that, we were now moved from the punitive name of personnel officer to a human resource manager. I became a human resource manager, rising up the ranks, be an assistant, a principal human resource management officer. After that, the government saw it fit to change my career from being a regular human resource practitioner to an advisor on government policy. So I was moved to the State Department for Public Service, where I did consultancy and participation review and advisory in several institutions, all the way to the year 2020 when I retired from the service. In 2021, I was out of service, but immediately after that, the government called me back for the special skill that I have in certified human resource consultancy. And sir, I must be very proud to say that I'm one of the 24 who have that qualification. So the government called me back, and that is what I've been doing up to the 4th of June, when my contract ended, and I asked them not to renew because I partially wanted to give to my county. At the Public Service Commission, I've been a management analyst, advising ministries, agencies, state departments, and county governments on request on the human resource. Further to that, sir, I would like to say that I'd like to declare personally that me as an individual, I was born in Southeast Nyakach. I was brought up in Southeast Nyakach. I got married in Rusinga Island to Commissioner Eli Oganga, who passed away. I'm a widow. And I'm a mother of 5 adult children, aged between 23 and 20 and 40. So mine is to serve the nation. Thank you, sir.
From Rusinga or Nyakach?
I'm born in Nyakach, Southeast Nyakach. Yes.
That when we are referring to you, do we say that we have the nominee coming from Nyakach or coming from?
I come from Southeast Nyakach.
Southeast Nyakach.
Yeah.
Before I, okay, Honorable Mumba, proceed.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. Ruth, good afternoon. Chair, I would want to declare here that I'm known to Ruth adversely, and Ruth comes from was born in my ward. That's all I want to declare. Thank you.
Well, that Ruth was born in Southeast. Actually, I can see in the ID the district of, it's different. The district of birth is Nyando, place of issue Mbeta. Then your district is Nyakach. Your division is Nyakach. So you come from Nyakach.
Yes, sir, I come from Nyakach.
Now, I want us to proceed. There is a document that you have presented here, a report on organizational structure and staffing for the Central Rift Valley Waterworks Development Agency. I want you to relate it to what you plan to do for Kisumu County.
Sorry about that. Thank you, sir. The document I've presented is one of the 82 that I've done in the past 2 years. It is a document called Organization Structure and Staff Establishment, followed by a career guideline and a human resource policies and procedures manual. This particular document, sir, it will help us also if we have the same in our county, because the organization structure states the functional analysis of an institution. It states the workload analysis that need to be done. And with that, you come up with the optimal staffing levels that can agree to a job evaluation. Chairman, the career guidelines for the institution follows the organization structure and staff establishment. It states the requirements and requisite qualifications that were needed by that particular institution, and that the same can be done to our county of Kisumu. In the career guidelines, it states regulations that are required to be adopted. It states the qualifications, sir. It states the personal responsibilities and roles for every person. So when you have such a document, everything is structured in a formalized way. Now, the third document is called the Human Resource Policies and Procedures Manual. This one encompasses how we take care of our human resource from the time they enter our county, or from the time they enter that particular institution to the time when they leave. In this particular document, we talk of entry, we talk of the requirements by law. We follow the Employment Act, we follow the Labor Act, we follow the Labor Relations Act, we follow the Occupational Safety and Health, Safety Act, we follow the Workman Injury and Benefits Act. So, and any other regulation that has been given by the law or the courts of law, we use that in our document, so that when an institution is taken to a court of law by an employee, you have a reference point that you can easily tell the courts that we have developed all the 3 documents as required by the Human Resource Act. So it's a reference document, sir.
I want to introduce Honorable Nerea, who is a member of the committee, and MCA Manyatabi. You have a question?
Thank you, Chair. Chair, we understand that the board, one of the roles of the board is exercising disciplinary control over county public officers. What principles or legal principles, given an opportunity, Madam Ruth, would you exercise to accord fair hearings to those you are in charge of, and how would you ensure that such procedures are not only substantively just but also procedurally impeccable to limit any possibility of judicial review challenges based on the breaches of the natural law?
Yes, Madam Ruth, 2 minutes.
Thank you.
Just proceed.
Thank you, Chair. And thank you, Honorable Distinguished Member, for that question. For discipline to be carried out procedurally, we have to follow the nitty-gritties that are required in the disciplinary procedure. First of all, it has to be fair from the beginning of the process. The employee who has a problem, it has to be brought to their attention that they have a problem, and we also need to tell them that this is what is going to happen to you. We intend to do this action. And if it is something that needs it's something that can be rectified, you first of all talk to them, counsel them, then you go through the grievance procedure. In the grievance procedure, you write to them and give them the right to be heard. When they're being heard also, Madam, Sir, Chair, when they're being heard, they are allowed to have a representation in that particular proceeding. And after that, you are supposed also to come in and do what you call due diligence as the person who is practicing in that particular docket. From there, you will give the person your decision after a review. And when they're coming, Madam, the Chair, sorry, I should be addressing the Chair. When they're coming in, they're allowed to have a representation, be it something personal, somebody they have brought in as a family member, or even they're allowed to come in with a lawyer. After that, you take the proceedings to the next level. But all in all, the procedure should be fair. It should be timely, because there are some procedures which take quite a long time to be accomplished. So we need to have a fair way of doing it. Thank you.
Chair, we understand that the board will be having a legal advisor or legal officer. But then, if given an opportunity, Ruth will still sit as a member of the board. Suppose the CEO of the board, when hiring, suppose members of the board, or even the CEO who was the last signature, recommends to the board to decline an appointment of a daughter of the soil on the basis of being married somewhere, not within the county. She's a daughter of the soil. She has the qualifications. Then sections of membership say that no, she's a daughter, yes, but married somewhere. What advice would you give to the board or to the CEO in such a circumstance?
And thank you. Through the chair, I'd give the following advice. Our constitution allows us to work anywhere and to live anywhere as long as you are qualified. Number two, if the person qualifies and the person came in on merit, declining to give the person that position is prejudicial. I'd also advise the board that what we need to look at is the outcome of the person's participation in that particular board. So the Constitution allows us, as long as you are a Kenyan, to work within that particular place. Also, madam, there's a 10% that comes from another place. We should also be taking care of that. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, I want you to be addressing the chair. We are giving a response. Anytime I give you an opportunity, please address the chair. Rebo Karen.
Noted.
Thank you, Chair. Okay, thank you, Chair. Madam Ruth, as a nominee to the County Public Service Board, you will be required to do your duty as emphasized in Chapter 6 of the Constitution, which talks about leadership and integrity for the public officers. My question is, how do you personally embody these principles, and how would you ensure that the County Public Service Board, under your watch, upholds the highest standards of ethics and integrity in all operations, particularly in combating corruption and nepotism within the County Public Service Board?
Madam Ruth, 2 minutes.
Thank you, Chair. Thanks to that esteemed question that has come from the member. First of all, as a leader, we are supposed to have high integrity levels. And as our country, this has been lacking. And you can see in various aspects that corruption has really tampered with our institutions. So as a member of the board, I would advise that as a team, we hold integrity high. When we are going through the processes of bringing people on board for the county, we should use meritocracy, we should use priority, we should use the qualifications that are required, and our hands should not be twisted and tied by the vice that could be there. As I stand before you, Chair, I'm a living example. I put in my application, I didn't know anybody. I was called for the interview, I was even more surprised. I was called for the vetting, it even came as a shock to me. So this has been done in a very clear way. So I'm also saying that we should also uphold the same for this esteemed county and hold procedures that can be authenticated with the time, Chair.
Honorable Seth Kanga.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah. First of all, I want to congratulate the nominee, although she has uttered that she was shocked to be invited to this interview. I don't know why she was shocked. Yet her testimonials are very, very encouraging. First of all, I want to ask you, are you a voter in Kisumu County?
I'm not a voter in Kisumu County.
Where do you vote?
I voted in Kamasengre.
I'm a singer in Sub.
Yes, please.
And you are a resident at the moment in Kisumu County?
Yes, I have a house in Kisumu County next to Polyview Estate. One is for rental. It was given to me by my father.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. My question is, the County Public Service Board exercises disciplinary control over county public officers. Drawing from your understanding of labor laws, how will you approach the delicate balance between enforcing discipline and protecting the rights of public officers, particularly when dealing with sensitive cases that might attract public scrutiny or media attention?
Madam,
Thank you, Chair. There are discipline cases that arise in the counties, and if they are very sensitive, as a county board, we need to address the sensitivity within the confines of the County Public Service Board by bringing it to the attentions of the people concerned and not necessarily blowing fire out of it. Another way of the discipline control that we can take care of is making sure that we abide by the regulations that are governing.
And if he fails to report, and he or she will tell you that it's not reporting because he's known to a particular MCA, for example, doing young, and there's nothing you can do to him or her. What will you do in such instances? In the nature of political patronage, he knows the speaker, he will not